means of a sermon on the mind of loving kindness. And he corrects those who are especially stupid by means of a sermon on dependent origination. In this way, he preaches the Dharma according to the aspirations of beings. If these aspirations are good, he preaches in accordance with the minds of the beings, like a boat going along with the current. If these aspirations are bad, he addresses them with rough words, according to the method of driving out a peg by means of a counterpeg. These aspirations are fully and completely known by the Buddha, and as this knowledge is intact and invincible in him, it is called the fifth power. 6. The knowledge of acquired dispositions. The power of the knowledge of acquired dispositions. The Buddha knows the world with its many varied acquired dispositions. By acquired disposition is meant an accumulated habitual pattern. The characteristics arise from the dhatu. The aspiration functions in accordance with the dhatu. Sometimes the dhatu results from the adamukti. Habitual patterns and aspirations realize the dhatu. Dhatu is a lofty resolution. Adamukti arises as a result of the conditions. These are the differences between adamukti and dhatu. The Buddha knows the world with its many various acquired dispositions. Indeed, each being has many dispositions, infinite and incalculable dispositions. This is what is called the many dispositions of the world. There are two kinds of world. The world as universe and the world of beings. Here it is a question of the world of beings only. The Buddha knows that beings have such and such acquired dispositions, such and such aspirations, and that they come from such and such a place. He knows the beings endowed with good roots or bad roots, those who are able to be converted or incapable of being converted, determinate or indeterminate, destined or not destined. He knows in what practices they are engaged, in what places they are born, in what lands they are to be found. Furthermore, the Buddha knows the various dispositions particular to beings, according to the place where they are led. They have such and such inclinations, such and such evaluations, such and such high resolutions, such and such actions, such and such conduct, such and such emotions, such and such knowledge of life, determination, attitude, ways of seeing, ways of thinking. They do or do not acquire such and such fetters. Among them, attachment rules aspiration, aspiration rules defiled mind rules direction, direction rules evaluation, evaluation rules inquiry, inquiry rules judgment, inquiry and judgment rules speech, speech rules mindfulness, mindfulness rules activity, activity rules action, and action rules retribution. Furthermore, using this power of knowledge of the various acquired dispositions, the Buddha knows the beings capable or incapable of being converted, the beings to be converted in the present existence or in a future existence, the beings to be converted at this very moment or at another time, the beings to be converted publicly or without being seen, the beings to be converted by the Buddha, by a Sravaka or by both together, the beings to be necessarily converted or not, the beings to be converted by a short discourse, by a developed discourse or by a discourse first shortened and then developed, the beings to be converted by praise or by blows, the beings to be converted by seeing him frequently or by leaving them alone, the beings to be converted by a subtle teaching or by an obvious teaching, the beings to be converted by suffering, by gentleness, or by both suffering and gentleness. The Buddha knows those who have wrong views and those who have right views, those who are attached to the past or the future, attached to nihilism or eternalism, attached to the view of existence or the view of non-existence, wanting to be reborn or disgusted with rebirth, seeking happiness in wealth and fame, or attached to dull wrong views. The Buddha knows those who profess the non-existence of causes and conditions, those who profess wrong causes and conditions or right causes and conditions, those who profess non-action, bad action or right action, those who advocate non-seeking, wrong seeking or right seeking, Those who esteem the self, the five objects of enjoyment, gain, drink and food, joking. Those who like crowds, company or solitude, those who indulge especially in pleasures or those who indulge especially in wrong views. Those who love faith or those who love wisdom. Those who should be kept or those who should be left behind. Those who esteem discipline, concentration or wisdom. Those who understand easily or those who understand with difficulty by means of explanations. Those whom it is enough to guide and those to whom it must be explained word by word. Those who are of keen faculties, of weak faculties or of medium faculties. Those who are easy to pull out or tear out and those who are difficult to pull out or tear out. Those who are afraid of wrongdoing and those who have heavy faults. Those who fear samsara and those who do not fear samsara. Those who abound in desire, in hatred or in ignorance. Those who abound in both desire and hatred, or in desire, hatred and ignorance. Those whose emotions are slight and those whose emotions are heavy. Those who have few afflictions and those who have many. Those who have a clouded wisdom, a shallow wisdom or vast wisdom. The Buddha knows the people who understand well the five aggregates, the 12 bases of consciousness, the 18 elements, the 12-membered dependent origination, the things that are possible and the things that are impossible, suffering, its origin, its cessation and the path to its cessation. Who understand well how to enter into meditative stabilization, come out of it or remain in it. Furthermore, the Buddha knows the beings belonging to the desire realm, the form realm or the formless realm. The beings in the realms of the damned, animals, hungry ghosts, humans or gods. Born from eggs, from the womb, from moisture or of apparitional birth. With form or formless. Aware or unaware. Of short life or of long life. Simple ordinary people who have not yet destroyed desire or ordinary people who have destroyed the desire of the lower levels but have not yet destroyed the desire of the jhanas. The Buddha knows all these beings up to and including the beings who are neither discriminating nor non-discriminating. The holy candidates for the fruits of the path or in possession of the fruits of the path, the Pratyeka Buddhas or the Buddhas at unhindered liberation and various other categories of this type. The five destinies, the four modes of birth, the three categories, the designations, the obstacles, the aggregates, the bases of consciousness, the elements, the roots of good, the roots of bad, the fetters, the levels, actions, the fruits, the beings capable of being converted or incapable of being converted, the knowledge of the destruction of suffering, etc. These are all the distinctions that the Buddha knows the world with its many and varied acquired dispositions and its deliverance is without obstacle. The Buddha knows completely and fully these many diverse dispositions and, since this knowledge is intact and invincible in him, it is called the sixth power. 7. The knowledge of the way leading to the various destinies, the power of the knowledge of the way leading to the various destinies.